Hey guys, how's it going? Rubik's Master here with your Monday video. Now this is going to be a video that was requested before about what I think the future of this game will be and if Kixeye will introduce like super units like they did in the original War Commander. Now I think this may become a series, a Monday series, since Mondays, nobody really likes Mondays and wants to do anything anyway, so I think I may just start doing discussion videos on Monday, a quick 5-minute video in and out, and everybody's happy. So anyway, let's jump right into this. So the state of this game right now, I would say, is maybe a little bit advanced of the first release of the original War Commander. And in that state, that game was not ready for super units. And in this game, I don't think it's ready for super units. Now, that's an entire separate discussion of something else I saw mentioned where people were saying that when Kixeye was originally coming out with this game, they were saying they were going to try and keep it as realistic as possible, or as possible, since it is futuristic, post apocalyptic, but they decided to try and keep things more real. Like, all the units in here are either real units or feasible units. You wouldn't be surprised if you actually saw one. Um, Now, I haven't kept up with the politics of all that. I haven't kept up with Kixeye's promises about the game because it doesn't matter what game you're getting, whether it's Call of Duty, Battlefield, any game. Any game. The developers' promises are worth next to nothing, and I would say it's not really their fault, it's just they're limited by the reality of the gaming world, which is if they want this game to stay relevant, it's going to keep improving, and additions will keep being made, and there's only so much of that you can do without delving into the realm of like an experimental unit, like maybe stretching the imagination a little bit. But I would say that is a long ways in the future. As this game is now, new units, specifically new attacking units, I don't think are going to be coming anytime soon, or at least they shouldn't. What we should hope for is a buff or an alteration to how defenses work, because as you know, there's no such thing as a good defense. I am going to be doing defense reviews soon where I show several series of attacks that beat me and attacks that don't beat me. And honestly, this base setup I have right here with two railguns, the salvo in the middle, the flak there, and the two machine gun turrets, with my landmines set up the way they are, has actually done very well. It is defeated fairly often, but when it is defeated, I still do a lot of damage to that platoon, which is a success. But as it is, there's no such thing as a solid base defense. We simply don't have enough turrets to be able to spread out to do good base defense. We're we're limited to basically having to bunch our turrets up and trying to come up with some sort of formation that bubbles us against different types of damage. Now, we do have a good defensive tool in the troops that are deployed from the barracks, war factory, and helipad, but those, those get hairy. If airstrikes take them out, or if they pop in some helicopters real quick and wipe one out, it can throw off your entire strategy. So there's no real guarantee with those. Your only guarantee is with these defensive turrets, and we simply don't have enough, or they're not powerful enough, or we don't have quite the right balance in how they work. And to introduce new units, like tanks, especially, because the only thing you could do with the tank is make a lighter tank with a little bit lighter armor that does more damage to buildings or defenses or something along those lines. That would be that would throw the entire balance off. It would make defenses even more pointless. Same thing with any kind of infantry you would introduce. Really, the sniper unit is the only kind of unit I can think of that they can introduce and it still be balanced, because really all the sniper is good for is attacking moving units. And that's good for whether you're attacking a base with defending units or defending against a base, or defending against an attack with a sniper in your barracks. It was an amazingly balanced unit, and if Kixeye can spit out some more units like that, I will gladly eat my words. But as it is, I think the next updates need to be based around defensive turrets, how walls work, something along those lines that just makes it feasible to have a good all-around defense. And until that happens, no, I really don't think there's going to be super units. Even in the original War Commander, super units weren't introduced until at least a couple years into the game, with the first super unit being the Widowmaker, I believe. It was that little not arachnid, I think it was six-legged, the one that spit out the droids or something like that, or maybe there was a yellow version that spit out the droids, I don't know. It's been a long time since I played that game. Anyway, the Widowmaker was the first one, and it was an absolute decimating unit, and it threw whole other wrenches into the works. More super units started coming, which started outdating old super units, which meant they had to introduce super unit type turrets, and that's kind of, for me, that's when the game started going downhill. So, I really don't think we're going to be seeing super units anytime in the near future. I really, really hope we get new turrets, or simply add a turret per command center level. I think that would be an awesome balance. Um, I really don't think they could add another type of turret. I think the types of turrets they have now are pretty good. In their mid-ground, like machine gun turrets are a good all-around turret, salvo turrets are a good all-around turret, and then they have the specific ones of railguns and AA guns, and howitzers are more specific to anti-infantry. But, yeah, that's where I see the future of this game going. I guess the point of all this is it still has balancing to do. It still needs to balance how hard it is to defend against attacks. There's no good universal defense that really makes people have to think about how they attack. I could build 3 types of platoons, since I have all 3 of my platoons available and maxed out, and I could go out and attack basically any base and beat any base all in a row. Just go win, 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 win. It may cost me a lot of oil, but I could beat every single base I come across. And I could do it easily. I'm not saying I shouldn't be able to do that. I'm saying I shouldn't be able to do it easily. There should be enough turrets and enough variation in turrets that there should be some bases I come across where I really have to start picking it apart like a puzzle. And as it is now, I don't see it. I just don't. Maybe in later levels, because I know CC6 and I'm sure CC7 add more turrets, so maybe it becomes more like that in the later levels. But the max level is level 65, and I'm level 35. I'm over halfway there, and I'm not seeing this strategic development yet. And I think that's kind of short-sighted. So, I think the whole defense system needs a lot of balancing before we can see a large flood of new units, and especially super units. Let me know what y'all think about this, and let me know what y'all think about the whole idea of a discussion video on Mondays. Let me know what y'all think about that, and until next time, y'all have an awesome day.